Alright, what's up y'all? So I'm gonna have to keep the face hole open today because it is 92 degrees with a heat index of goddamn. So I'm gonna have to leave this puppy open. I know it looks like dreary and gloomy and like it's about to storm, and it might, but it's just now cooling down and it is hot and I can't breathe with the face hole closed. So without further ado, just have to deal with a little bit of road and wind noise. And hopefully the yapping comes out clear enough for me to make this video. Anywho, let's jump into the topic, which is probably one of my worst things. Like, I've talked about intrusive thoughts before, and my top, I want to say top number one is regret, because it's kind of all encompassing. Like you can regret so many things, and this is one of the few, man, it's windy, intrusive thoughts that I have trouble fighting off in normal everyday life. Like I said, I could do stuff like I go ride my bike, but this is one of the ones that, like, if it gets a second where I'm just, chilling for an instant, my brain's not doing something, if I'm not studying, if I'm not working, if I'm not gaming, if I'm not reading, if I'm not making food, like if I'm just standing there staring at the microwave, my brain will go, hey, don't you remember that time where you completely jacked this situation up and it could have been better? And I'm like, damn brain, why you gotta do me like that? Like, I'm one of those people that I remember so much, and I remember so many times that I screwed up. Like, I'll get mad at myself now for stuff that I did when I was little. Like, I don't know how to quantify or qualify. Sometimes I get my words mixed up because there's so many words rolling around in this noodle. This sensation, but it's one of those things where, like, okay, for instance, this is one of my awesome examples because I love them so much. I lost $50 when I was little. It was a birthday gift. I know exactly where I lost it, when I lost it, and now I realize how much $50 was worth back then when I lost it. I'm talking about like 10, 11. Like, I'm about to be 40 years old. Like, it's 30 years ago, and I still feel bad because I'm like, damn, I lost $50 at Skateland because I know I was either getting something to eat or buying one of them dumbass glow sticks, because for some reason kids love glow sticks because you can snap a stick and it glows, and you take it home and you put it in the freezer and it glows for like 10 minutes more, and it's the best thing in the world. And now they use it for rave parties when people just go, I didn't do that. I was just a kid running around the skate rink with a glow stick, and I know I dropped my $50 in there. And that $50 was supposed to go to me getting Echo the Dolphin for my Sega Genesis, and I still got the game because I had the whole sob story. I had to tell my mom and my dad, and they bought me the game anyway, even though I got the $50 to go get whatever I wanted from Toys R Us. Toys R Us, you know, it was back in the day. And I'm like, randomly, I'm grown, and I think about that now, and I'm like, why? God, that was dumb. They told me not to take that $50 out the house. I shouldn't have took that $50 out the house. It was in my drawer. I should have left it where it was. But I was a big bad birthday boy. I got money. Gone. Never get it back again. And that was dumb. And random things like that. Obviously bigger things like, falling for a multi-state car rental scheme that I got involved in, to where the FBI had to pull me off deployment. Super fun. Definitely regret that. Definitely regret meeting that dude and going to the meeting and filling out the paperwork to get scammed. Who fills out paperwork to get scammed? This guy. Super awesome. Like, I'm smart. I consider myself to be smart and intelligent, which is the use of your intelligence in certain situations is where you're smart. Like, you got street smarts. You take what you learned and you use it appropriately. So I like to do both. I like to be intelligent and smart. But that was one of the dumbest things I've ever done, and it ruined my life for about 7 to 10 years. Like, bankruptcy, repos, depositions in court, the whole deal. Regret. And the sense of regret actually, you know what it is. It's a remorse or the feeling of doubt for a decision or action that you've made or not made, and dealing with the results of said action or inaction. And one of my biggest regrets now, my daughter is one of the reasons why a lot of this stuff comes up, because when I see her and I think about her and stuff like that. I'm a little sappy, but I'm not sappy in front of her. I'm tough dad, right? Like, I'm the enforcer, I'm the disciplinarian, but I do tell my daughter it's okay to cry, and it's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to think and be yourself and say no. You know, like, I taught my daughter from a young age that if you don't want to hug somebody, like, you know, the old grandparents and aunties, uncles, come give your auntie a kiss and a hug. No, she don't want to hug you. And I told my daughter, tell them, no, you ain't got to hug. Make her, come give me a hug. Nope, I'm not doing it. It's my kid. I'm not going to tell her under my rule, you will hug and kiss anybody who wants to hug and kiss you. No, because that screws them up as adults. I wish my parents would have did that for me, because now I feel bad when I got to hug and kiss people. I'm like, I don't like people near my face. It's a thing about me. Like, I don't know where your face has been. You wear lipstick. I don't wear makeup. I don't want that shit on my face. Don't kiss me. Don't touch me, really. Like, there's a few people who can hug me, but I have to stymie that, especially when I'm around older relatives and people who just can't get that around their heads. Like, nothing happened to me. Luckily, I never got, any type of abuse or anything like that. It's just how I am. I'm like, I got my personal space is my personal space. And the few times that I have people violate that space, I regret not telling them that I don't like you in my space because I'm caring about their feelings. Regret doesn't just always have to be a negative connotation. It can be semi-positive, like I'm doing, what is going on up here? I am doing something that is out of my comfort zone just to not hurt somebody's feelings. Like when I don't want to go to a place and I say I don't want to go there, and a significant other or somebody else kind of begs me to go, and then they get upset, and I'm like, well, you're upset because you're telling me I act like I don't want to be here when I'm not acting. I don't want to be here. I made that very clear before I got here, and now your feelings are hurt because I'm upset that you made me go to a place that I didn't want to be, and now I'm upset with you because you're upset with me about the thing I told you I didn't want to do in the first place, and now that made me upset. What in the hell? Oh, sweet, thank you, Ossifer. And I'm like, I regret, I'm gonna say this word a lot, hurting your feelings, but it didn't have to get this far. I regret the result of what I said, not what I said. And it sucks when you feel bad about telling somebody the truth. The worst feeling I have about regret is regretting a regret. Like, I feel bad that I hurt your feelings, and I regret that I said the things that I said at the time, but the time before that, I said those exact same things in a much better way that was much more digestible to your emotions. But now we're to the point where I'm like, yo, I said I didn't want to be here, so why are we talking about it? And now I'm snippy, and of course I'm coming off cross, because I am. And it sucks. And I play these things back in my head, up and down, left and right, and I go, man, I should have said that different, or I should have, approached it a different way. And then I get mad at myself and go, no, you shouldn't have. You said it the first time the right way. And then the second, third, and fourth time, they didn't listen. Like when I say no thank you, and you fix me a plate with somebody who can't cook, and now I got to sneak this plate to the garbage because I don't want to eat this. And they said, well, why you full? Yes. Well, you don't want to try it? No, thank you. Well, let me just put it. You can't cook. I don't want it, is what my brain says. My mouth, of course, goes, no thank you, for the 68th time, because I really want to tell them that you are pushing me to a point where I'm going to tell you something out of anger when I've already been polite enough to say no thank you. And then, I regret having those sensations, especially for older people, where you try not to hurt their feelings. And I try to accommodate, but at what point do you go, is my body, is my mouth, I'm not putting this nasty, I don't want this in my face. And of course, this is a tiny, tiny example, but it goes into bigger things, like when I think about my 2-year-old daughter. She's 15. My 2-year-old daughter is 15, because that's how fast time goes. I spend a lot of time with my daughter now. We go to movies, we do like little gaming stuff, and it's great. Like me and her have a better relationship than I did with her when she was 2, and I regret not spending more time with her as a 2-year-old. Like I did the tea party. She wasn't really a tea party thing. She was a Dora girl. We watched Dora, we watched Backyardigans, we watched Diego, I kind of favor Dora over Diego. Like, he got better in the second season, maybe, but Dora was on point. She had the whole Dora everything: the seat, the jacket, the pants, the blankets, the works. Dora the Explorer. We got into, you know, backyardigans for a little while, but yeah, she wasn't really feeling them. Anyway, it's times like those where I go, yeah, I spent time with my daughter, but I'm like, damn, could I have done more? Because I am such Mr. Disciplinarian. Like, regret not showing her a softer side of me, because my job is to prepare her for the world. The world don't care about your feelings, no matter what current society says about, oh, the whole I'm offended thing. Man, I don't know how long this video is, but I've been yapping. But I try to prepare her for reality, because my feelings hurt all the time, but I still got to take my ass to work. I still got to pay those bills. City East Point don't care if I don't feel good today. If I don't cut my grass, I get a ticket. So I prepare her for those things. Like, she would get mad. You know, I'm the yell dad. Like, when the 2 + 2 is 5, I'm like, are you serious? 2 + 2 is 5 right now? Like, we just went over this. We did the example. I'm the show your work dad, because I want her to go through the process of, don't just do it in your head. You have a scratch sheet of paper. Use your sheet of paper, and the frustration is not with her or her ability to learn, it's with the situation. But she don't know that. She cries because she getting the stern talked to by her dad, and her feelings is hurt. And I'm like, it's okay to cry. Go ahead and get them tears out, and then let's get back to this homework. And the approach, yeah, could have been a little better, and it got better in the later years. Well, you know, I'm sure my wife gave me the business once or twice, but in the end, I was still, and still are, disciplinarian. I'm stern dad. And it's like, my 2-year-old daughter probably did not enjoy that as much, but my 15-year-old daughter can look at me when I'm just talking to her, you know, a little stern now, and she goes, okay. So she's tough. And I don't regret the result, but sometimes I do regret the implementation. And that's one of many scenarios that just floats around in my head. So I just want to know, what do you guys feel about the sensation of regret? Let's go ahead and drop them comments. I'm gonna quit yapping, because I could talk about this 5 ever, because I regret a lot of stuff, and I trust me, I unlock a new achievement every day. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Thanks for watching. I'm out.